This is a very nice butt pad. Look at the price, £285. This one cost me less than £10 and about 6 or 8 hours work. Okay, raw materials. I've got some 1 inch by 1/4 inch aluminium, 12 inches long, and some 3/8 square aluminium, same length, a couple of pounds each from Kronos in Dunstable. I got screws of various lengths, dome headed hexagon socket screws for neatness, and I got 4 of these long nuts, 5mm thread by 15 long. I could only get stainless, so I'm going to have a bit of a job drilling those, but let's see how that goes. Well, I drilled through the long nuts, and I've got to buy some new drills now. Even cobalt drills are very hard, so next time I would get mild steel long nuts. But anyway, there's a 4mm hole through there and a M4 screw all the way through. That will give me some swivel for the back end of the butt plate. I've got this end of the screw locked in with a grub there, so all I've got to do is tighten it up on the butt pad like that. I may use a slightly different method, but that will work for the prototype. I've also got some of this 5mm O-ring cord. It's for making large O-rings in industry, but it's about a pound or so for a metre. 5mm diameter, nitrile 70. I'm going to use that to make some grips. Okay, next thing is to mark up as carefully as I can all the lengths and hole positions, and centre punch them to get the drill as accurate as possible. Now, if you haven't got any engineering blue, which I haven't, blue felt tip will just help to see where the scribe lines are, and just use a sharp point to mark this stuff up. Okay, this is the boring bit. Now, it's important to remember which of these is going to be tapped M5 and therefore drilled at 4.5, and which ones are going to be drilled the clearance 5 through. So I've marked them up with a T. Now please note at this stage, tapping, the power to the drill is off. I've got the tap mounted in the chuck. I just turn the chuck by hand to complete the tapping action. This is aluminium. It's pretty soft. If necessary, I can use a chuck key to turn this, but I don't think I'll need to in this particular case. I can then finish off just by rotating the workpiece around the tap until it's all the way through. So I've got the thread tapped in this piece, clearance holes through the others, and therefore that will tighten up. I can fix this small piece so that will be the action of the lower part of the. Now obviously you can see that lifting. I've got to take some corners off here so that will rotate. So we're starting to take shape. We've got the bottom corners rounded off. I've also cut some pieces here which I'll fix in place. We've got the pivoting top and bottom of the butt plate, and then we've got some infill. So this is the general shape it's starting to take. Well, this is the finished item. These two bolts obviously screw onto the rear of the wooden stock. Those hinges that I made give me some lateral movement. We've got adjustable here. Now bear in mind the international rules say you can't have more than 153 millimeters there and 30 millimeters depth, so you've got to be careful. That would not be legal, for example. And we've also got some up and down movement from the slot and a little bit of movement this way. So £10 approximately.